I want to raise with you a very urgent case of a 14-year-old boy in Tipperary with severe with severe additional needs, and the absolute neglect this child has and his family are receiving at the hands of the HSE. Despite having severe needs and being an acute priority and requiring, at a minimum, weekly respite, the child has received just 3 hours respite since last May and just one overnight. Appalling. The CDNT team are failing him. Disability services are failing him. Respite services are practically non-existent, and his need for shared residential care is being completely ignored, with the HSE saying that is the last resort. This family have reached the last resort, and I salute his mum and dad. At this stage, they're at the last resort, they're in crisis, and they cannot be ignored any further. And I have an 8-page letter here, which I've just handed to you, from his mother, the child's mother, sorry. And please, 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 it's just an appalling situation. And any humanity at all, it shouldn't be allowed to continue like this. It's appalling.
Thanks very much for raising this, Deputy, and thank you for passing on the case. I'll ask the HSE for a detailed note on it. What needs to happen in disability services is that there needs to be a very significant additional number of healthcare professionals hired. We have sanction in place for several hundred posts that are currently unfilled. The HSE have found it harder to fill the children's healthcare roles in disability services, in mental health services, than the adult roles. It's a matter I'm engaged directly with the HSE on. They are looking at different service provision models, but ultimately the solution to this is to hire into the roles that have already been sanctioned and make sure that this child and all of the other children waiting for care get it quickly.